Now, since the news about Deshaun Watson coming out, that fact that he won't face criminal charges has surfaced, first of all, I always like to say, especially in a situation like this, prayers for everyone involved in that, because we don't know what's going on. We have no idea. So I'm not going to sit here and try to say, or weigh in on the whole thing. Prayers for everyone involved. That's the only thing I'm going to say about that side of it. But on the other side of it, there's also the element of, okay, now that Deshaun Watson is potentially on the trading block, especially following, a season in which obviously he was a part of the franchise kind of, but Davis Mills also was very promising. So the question now becomes, where will he go? And I think if we're being honest, there's a couple teams that really are tantalizing, but I think there's one team in particular that I would really be interested to see. I don't know that they should, but it would be interesting. The question is, should the Las Vegas Raiders trade for Deshaun Watson? I have to start by saying, I have been a big Derek Carr fan. I've been a big Derek Carr guy, I should say, not necessarily a fan. I'm not even a Kirk Cousins fan, so there's very few quarterbacks I'm actually a fan of these days, because Vikings have been in quarterback purgatory for years. But point is this. There are very few quarterbacks that I legitimately think should be in a position where they should be traded for. And there's very few quarterbacks in which I think they should actually stay in their franchises. Derek Carr is the latter, in my opinion. I don't think the Raiders should do anything special. I think they should finally get this man the defensive help that he has needed his entire career, and maybe shore up his offensive line and then go win a Super Bowl with Derek Carr. But this is the offseason, and we like to look at different things and the possibility of different things. So the question now becomes, should the Raiders trade for Deshaun Watson? Now, I don't think it's worth a debate that Deshaun Watson is a better overall quarterback. I'm sorry, but I think he's got that superstar power. I love Derek Carr. I think he has a certain vibrato about him. I think he has a certain way that makes him want his teammates to play for him. But if Deshaun Watson, who played behind one of the worst offensive lines a couple of seasons ago in the NFL, one of the worst, if he is behind that Raiders offensive line, I truly believe he elevates that Raiders offense. I do. Now, do I think they win a Super Bowl? Probably not. I think their defense is just a little bit too before this last year. I think there was too many questions surrounding the defense. Now I think there's some building pieces on that defense, like Denzel Perriman's a freak. You got some good defensive linemen in Unique Ngakoue and Max Crosby, who just signed a nice contract extension. I was really happy to see that. Deserves to stay with the Raiders and should retire a Raider, to be honest with you. But back to the subject at hand. I think we can argue that Deshaun Watson would be an upgrade, at the very least an upgrade, if not a full-blown superstar in Las Vegas. So the question now becomes, is it worth it? Is it worth it? What are we talking here in terms of draft capital, in terms of draft compensation? I'm thinking at least three ones to start out with, and then possibly Derek Carr as a collateral. You'll also have to take on Deshaun Watson's like $30-some-odd million contract, which, I mean, they could do. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I mean, they've been clearing up some cap space, and plus Derek Carr's been playing for cheap, like $19 million for the kind of quarterback that Derek Carr is. Come on, that's a steal. But I think overall, it's interesting. This is the fun time of the year where we get to look at this. We get to see, okay, is this kind of one of those things where it would make a lot of sense? Probably not. Is it fun to talk about? Yeah. Like, this is a lot of fun. So, again, I have to end this by saying, I think Derek Carr, I think the answer for the Raiders at this point would it be interesting? Yeah, it'd be interesting. Would it be fun? It would be a lot of fun to see Deshaun Watson in a Raiders uniform. But overall, I don't think that's what's best for the franchise. I think the franchise needs to focus on finally giving Derek Carr a top 10 defense. Come on, baby. One time. Give this man a top 10 defense, and if he still can't quite win a playoff game, then I get it. Then I get it. We can say whatever you want. But at this point, give this man a top 10 defense. Give this man a good offensive line. And let's see what he can do with some weapons and a good defense. Like, I know people have always said, well, Derek Carr's had a good offensive line of weapons in the past. Yeah, but his defense is always not. Again, I will say this until the cows come home. Derek Carr has never had a top 15 defense and never had a top 20 defense in his entire Raider career. So I think it really needs to come down to building that defense, building the rest of that offensive line. There's a couple of good spots down there, but if you can shore up the rest of it, get some defensive pieces, baby, go watch. Just see what Derek Carr can do. And I don't think it's worth it at this point to give up 3 ones to have to spend more money and potentially have to sign another contract extension in the next couple of years. We're spending even more money for a quarterback that I think Derek Carr's, when we talk about, I think he's more willing to take less money to be able to build around him. So what does that mean? Build around Derek Carr. Give him the defense he needs, shore up that offensive line, and go get another number 1 wide receiver, and let's go to the Super Bowl. So that's at least my thoughts. Let us know what you guys think. Should the Las Vegas Raiders trade for Deshaun Watson? Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. I would greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. In the description down below, you'll find all of our social media platforms to give us a like and a follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about if the Las Vegas Raiders should trade for Deshaun Watson.